Okay, Coach, ponchos and slickers, usually a necessity buy whenever you make your way to Hard Rock Stadium this time of year. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we are ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Set to go now on a rainy Florida afternoon, and we are underway from Miami. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Let's go! Pick it up! Pick it up!
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, it's Jones, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, these two teams have met a total of 15 times starting back in 1997. Of course, remember, Baltimore was moved from Cleveland by owner Art Modell back in 1996, so they didn't have a team prior to that, but they met in 97, 15 times since then. The most recent meeting was back in 2017, a 40-0 rout by the Ravens over the Dolphins in October of that year. They run, it's Mark Ingram, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the Dolphins' 47-yard line.
Here we go! Set! Pittsburgh!
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On second and 12, Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Jackson from the shotgun. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Mariota. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They'll run here with Ballage. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mariota. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
This one into the hands of the running back, Ballage. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond, as you just noted.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they come up now 2nd and goal. Milage. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It's 3rd and goal.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
Check. One.
Here's a run with Milage. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the...
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
There you go. Charlie, come on. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. With it is Brown. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards the pickup there. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. On first down, it's Jones. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Dolphins' 40-yard line.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. Now Jackson operating from the gun. He uncorks it for Snead. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Yeah.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 44 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. After the interception, here's Jackson towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Mariota on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 79 yards. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it makes the score 21-10. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike 39.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Jackson now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Ravens' 29.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I'm here all day.
First down, Mariota. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Caught. It's Wilson. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket, that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Now it's Ingram. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 19-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson rolling to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Balaj. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. Mariota now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Walton. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Delta.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
I'm coming soon, fellas. Let's go.
From the gun, Mariota. Here as he's taken down. Tyus Bowser picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now Mariota on 4th down. And he's going to go down again. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Shift.
They'll go again to Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8.
My 52. Hey, watch the slant.
Here's Jackson from the gun. He'll throw. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
It's a gain of 18.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And that will be incomplete as well. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson rolling to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Where's 52? Block 52. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Kill.
Jackson now, operating from the gun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. Jackson now, 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. And they try to sweep to Jones. A strong running. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Ready? 55. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Check 55.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Move. Hey. You got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota. And this is Parker, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Mariota. And this is caught. It's Parker. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll throw again. Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd down, Mariota again. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again. Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. To throw Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. From the red zone now, Mariota. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tight end right, tight end right. Out. 3 down. Out.
Again, it's Mariota. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 yards there, first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Where are they, team? Under 10.
Mariota again. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now.